And the reason why you are seeing protests and counter-protests is that the alien, that the sole administrator, the unconstitutionally appointed sole administrator, is bent on carrying out just a singular tax. And what is that tax? To see how he can dismantle the structures of the executive governor of Rivers State, the person of Similar Fubara, and hand over the state structures to the FCT minister, Wike. And with the actions he has taken,
Mr. Theophilus, if that was going to happen,
now he has appointed a sole administrator.
Just 1 second, Mr. Theophilus, if you can hear me, if that was going to happen in the first place, I don't think a state of emergency was needed, because the House of Assembly already sent a letter of impeachment notice to the governor. And if that were to happen, if that process had gone through, well, we would not be talking about a sole administrator. We would definitely be talking about perhaps another governor altogether once the current governor at the time was suspended. So imagining that the appointment of a sole administrator would lead to the removal of the subsistent governor elected by the people and then handed over to someone else, I don't really know how that is going to happen. Can you tell us?
Yes, you see, that is what I'm trying to portray. The sole administrator was appointed, like Rivers State is now an agency of the federal government, where the federal government will wake up unilaterally and make pronouncements that the one that has been elected has been removed and another one has been appointed. If it happens today that after the 6 months, the president comes up with another statement that there is still no peace in Rivers State and the suspension should continue,
but
and they renew another 6 months and another 6 months, we will get to 2027.
Just a second. On that, Mr. Theophilus. On that, Mr. Theophilus. Just 1 second. On that issue that you just raised, don't you think that the protests and counter-protests could give vent to a situation where there is no peace? And then that's what you are saying will now happen.
It's what I'm saying. So the sole administrators and his cohorts, the plotters of the state of emergencies, are the people behind the counter-protests. You remove an elected governor, an executive governor of a state, and the people are telling you that, look, we are not under military regime. We remove this man and bring back our governor that we gave the mandate to manage our affairs for 4 years. And the alien that is not even from Rivers State is now mobilizing people with Rivers people's funds that they should go to the streets and tell the world that we should remain in office till 2027.
So what would be your own, because we are running out of time, we're totally out of time, Mr. Theophilus. What would be your proposition now so that there can be peace? And then after 6 months from the date that the president announced the state of emergency, we can go back to our regular lives.
The sole administrator that has been appointed illegally or unconstitutionally should know his boundary. He is not from Rivers State. He does not have anything to do with Rivers People's Fund. And the arbitrary unconstitutional appointments that he is making, suspending already existing institutions and bringing in legal institutions and appointing and reappointing people, is not the way forward. If Mr. President really have Rivers people at heart, he should set up the committee that will commence the peace process between the legislative arm and the executive. What Rivers people need is peace and development.
Okay.
And not undemocratic steps that will further cause division in Rivers State.